In today's video, we'll be discussing Aura and how you can upgrade yours. Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Tomas sharing all my thoughts on fashion, lifestyle, and anything else that comes to mind. I'm here every single Wednesday with some surprise uploads on Sundays, so make sure you turn on the bell so you're notified and you don't miss a single video. Today, we are talking all about Aura. If you have been on social media in the last 6 months, then you know about Aura. It's all about just like your vibe and how you present yourself to the world. So I have compiled a list of the top 5. I always have to consult my trusty Google document. Yes, top 5 items to upgrade your aura. You may be asking, Tomas, what qualifications do you have to be telling people what to do? Hun, I have a mini microphone and an iPhone to film all of this. Those are qualifications enough, okay? I think it's just about like helping you become the best version of yourself. I feel like these items are actually really important when it comes to presenting yourself every single day. And so hopefully you guys get some good tips out of this. I'm really excited. As always, make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to the channel. It really helps me out. And let's just get into it because there's absolutely no time to waste. Okay, rule number 1 to upgrade your aura is fragrance. Fragrance is such an important part of how you present yourself every single day. I feel like you smell so good. It's like the utmost compliment that you could ever get. I think why we appreciate that compliment so much is because to curate a fragrance that fits with your vibe and makes you feel good and helps boost your confidence is actually quite hard to do. So when someone compliments us on it, it actually feels so good because it's so validating because you're like, oh my God, I curated something that someone else likes. I have been into designer fragrances for quite some time now. I know lately I have paused. I have done a little bit of a pause on it just because I feel like fragrances can be quite expensive. I know some of my favorite fragrances I haven't refilled. For example, Louis Vuitton Afternoon Swim is a really, really pricey fragrance. I think it goes for about $400 to $500. So I just haven't done the refill for it because it's just so expensive. One of my other favorite fragrances, Margiela's Jazz Club, went through a really big price increase. I mean, I remember I used to buy it for like $110 at Sephora, and the last time I checked, it was like $210. It's gone up like 100%, which is, I think it's a little bit crazy. The thing with fragrances is that once you find the one that you really, really like, you can kind of use that for the rest of your life. I mean, I like to explore different fragrances with different vibes. I have fragrances that go into summer. I have fragrances that work better in the winter. I have fragrances that smell better after I've done like a workout. I don't know, something to do with the pheromones in your skin or something like that. I don't know. I'm not like a chemist, so don't quote me on that, but I definitely have a different fragrance for many occasions. It does tend to be quite expensive. I have a friend who like does not use fragrance at all because she thinks it's like a complete waste of money. That's your prerogative, but I just feel like you could be having the most basic outfit on, literally blue jeans, loafers, and a white t-shirt, and you throw on that fragrance that like mixes with your vibe so well. It makes you smell so good, and like literally your aura has gone up like 10,000 points. Like it is really the easiest way to upgrade your vibe in like such a simple way if you really know what fragrances work for you. I recommend just taking a day to go out to Bergdorf's or Nordstrom's and hit the fragrance aisle. Be polite to salespeople and just say, hey, listen, I'm here to explore a little bit of my olfactory. I love that word, olfactory. My little olfactory senses, and just kind of get a vibe for like different fragrances that I might like. Take your time, do some research, and really find out like what fragrance works best for you. I'm like a little bit off kilter fragrance person because you will tell me the notes, and I'm like, sure. The fragrance could include like a McDonald's like McFlurry in it, and I'd be like, sure. I don't really pay attention to like the notes. I'm more of like a vibe. So like obviously I recognize like woody scents and like musky scents and floral scents, obviously, because those are like the most basic ones. But as soon as you start saying patchouli, you already lost me. So for me, it's just all about the overall scent of the fragrance and what it invokes to me. Does this invoke a scent that I would wear after playing tennis and going for lunch with friends? Is this a scent that I would wear on like a hot date? On a Saturday night? Is this like my everyday go to school scent? You know what I mean? Each scent should have something, should remind you of an activity that you're doing. In my opinion, that's how I personally pick my fragrances. I pick them based on like what activity I want to be doing while wearing the scent. So I think that's like an easy way to start. If you haven't really like experimented with fragrances. I know some of my friends are like huge fragrance heads. I have like one friend who literally probably has like 60 fragrances in his house. And, I like to keep my list small, but I know that those fragrances work for me. So, yeah, don't be afraid about fragrances. Like, literally, the best. Nothing beats your outfit more like smelling good. Quote me on that. Next, and this is a call out for the boys. And number two to upgrade your aura is grooming. I know you might think it's gay to like do your eyebrows, but I'm telling you right now that like if you spend an extra 10, 15 minutes in the morning grooming yourself, not only will you feel better about yourself, then you get to treat people better when you leave the house. I know like sometimes when I'm rushing to go to work and I don't do my hair, I instantly feel like 20% less confidence because I know like my hair isn't as good as it is and I just like don't feel as confident. I feel like upkeep of your grooming, trimming your fingernails, shaving regularly, doing skincare. It is so easy to get a skincare routine going that is not like super expensive. I used to be a La Mer girly. Can you believe I was like, I don't know who I thought I was. Like, did I just win the lottery or something? Why did I have like the full cleanser, serum, cream was all from La Mer. I was like, and then the dreaded 70 days after we have to refill everything. Oh God, why? I don't know. There was one year in like 2019 where I was using La Mer for like a year. I'm like, sorry, am I 80 years old? And like in the old folks home, I don't need La Mer. I'm 21. Recently, I have moved towards like CeraVe and like Innisfree because I feel like that they're still quite cheap. Actually, I feel like CeraVe low-key is like kind of expensive now. Like I just picked up a refill of my cleanser and it was like low-key like $27. I was like, oh, thought this was supposed to be drugstore prices. Hmm? But I love CeraVe. I feel like it works really, really well. I love Innisfree as well, even though I found out that sometimes Innisfree was like not like bleaching my skin, but like it was kind of like making it a little bit white. And I was like, I don't know if it was like a placebo thing, but like, I don't know. So I kind of moved away from Innisfree. So now for the most part, um, I am using CeraVe for everything. It's cheap for the most part, and it works really, really well. I feel like skincare is a little bit of a harder challenge to get through to figure out like what works for you. I used to have a lot of like acne back then, but like now I feel like I'm fine. Also, I try to eat better and I try not to eat like real dairy. I know that's like it's like a myth, but it's actually not. Like I feel like drinking real cow's milk is first of all you're insane. I feel like you're gonna kill me if you eat like real cow's milk, but it actually does like make you break out. I know that like if I'm eating a lot of ice cream this week, it was an ice cream. I recently just moved and I live near Baskin Robbins. So, yes, I might have already gone 2 times this week. I feel like later on this week, I feel like I'm definitely going to see like a little bit more of a breakout because I've been eating like real milk. So, I feel like dietary really helps with your skin. I also find that if I have a week where I'm eating a lot of meat, I also end up breaking out like a lot of red meat. No, literally, like doesn't drink real milk but eats red meat. Like, whatever. We all have our vices. Skincare is something that you might want to do a little bit of research on, watch TikToks, watch YouTube. People have oily skin. I feel like I find I have like quite a bit of a dry skin moment. So I feel like in the winter, I really, really need to pack up on the moisturizer. But overall, just grooming. Recently, I started doing my eyebrows. Shout out to Selena Gomez. Rare Beauty is goated, and I just like love the gel that I've been using for my eyebrows. Clipping your nose hairs, shaving like hair, fragrance, cleaning your nails, everything. Like, I just feel like grooming is a really important part of making yourself feel good and have confidence. And when you leave the house and you feel like so well groomed, it's really like a feeling no other. Like, but like just brushing your teeth, like brushing your tongue, uh, flossing. Streets are saying that flossing is more important than actually brushing your teeth. I don't know if I can confirm or deny that, but definitely like oral care is super, super important. Just upkeeping what this is going on, all of this over here is just like trust me, it makes the world of a difference. Number three is food. So I'm gonna admit, I didn't want to write this in because I feel like I'm like the least person who should be talking about dietary. Because one thing about me, I'll F up a Tim Hortons breakfast like 4 out of the 5 days of the week. When I came back from Amsterdam last week, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try and only go to Tim Hortons like 2 times because I literally would go to every single day and I would spend like $12 a day and then my phone bill is like I see I spent like $2,000 on Tim Hortons. But I find that I personally love to cook, and if I cook more at home, I feel like I feel better because the food has been like prepared. I don't know if that makes sense. Like I find that like if I'm having a really really busy week, so for example, next week I got booked for like a commercial. I have to go to work, I have to go to the gym. So I find that if I put too much on my plate, I don't have time to cook or I don't have time to make those like really easy meals and I have to eat out more. And then by the end of the week, as soon as it starts hitting Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I just don't feel as good as I know that I would if I was just like preparing stuff at home. Even like if I'm trying to save money on coffee, I'll bring my tumbler, even though I freaking hate this stupid tumbler. Like every time I drink it, it like spills everywhere. But, instead of having my like when I'm going to work, having like my snack, which would be like a muffin and an iced coffee, I bring my tumbler with coffee and then I bring a banana. Like it's not fun, but it's like, I love bananas. Actually, bananas are like my favorite fruit, okay? That and an apple. Even though I haven't eaten an apple in like 4 years, I used to work with this lady that literally she like ate an apple and her entire tooth fell out. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna put a pause on eating apples. But you know what I mean? It's the easy switches that you can make day to day. For example, usually when I leave the gym, I am like ravishing. I am starving, so hungry. So like usually I go to Tim Hortons after that and get like a wrap and do everything. But like I try and stop myself and then I'll go home, eat some yogurt with some like fruit, a banana, and a coffee, and I still get the protein that I need. But I haven't spent the money, and also I'm eating a little bit well. Factor, this is not an ad. Factor does give like airplane food a little bit. Like I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, but portion control. Like I eat a lot. Like some. This is why I haven't bought a bag of chips in like literally 4 months because every single time that I bought a bag of chips, I would eat the entire damn bag in one sitting. So it's just like I can't do this anymore. Like I don't trust myself, so I'm not gonna be doing that. But just preparing more food at home. You don't have to chew. I mean, I used to do a lot of cooking, and I find that it would take like an hour. It is. I feel like I'm getting busier and busier in my life lately. I have to like really remind myself to find the time to like try and eat better during the day because it just makes me feel better. And also like nothing feels good as when you wake up and you ate really well the previous day. You just feel so good, you feel rejuvenated, you feel rested, and you feel healthy. So definitely food is like a really important part. Not only are you saving money that I would usually use for shopping if I'm not like eating out, but it also just like makes you feel so much better. Number four, I've talked about this quite a bit, and it is like the buy better idea. I think now in the era of social media where we're really like we're overconsum we're overconsumptioning a lot. Like we're buying way too much stuff, and I find this like era of like the haul. Like lately on TikTok, I'm seeing a lot of like Paris hauls. I don't know why. Maybe my phone knows that I go to Paris every single year, but like every time I open the app, it's all these like Paris hauls. Like what about like Bottega Dior? No, 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 no. I'm like, okay, literally, I know that like we have like we go into like a vortex when we're on vacation of just like spending eons of money, but like the hauls are just like a little bit too much. I have not shopped. Let me fact check this before I say it on camera. It is April. I have not bought a single article of clothing that wasn't like, I think I bought like underwear or something like that. Did I? Oh, I think I bought these no, I bought these Issei shorts the last week of December. Yeah. I have not bought a single thing and we are almost halfway through April. I don't know. Give me my gold crown or something. I just like first of all, I'm too busy to shop. I feel like I'm like I have no time. Like you think I'm gonna go to a store for fun and like look at the racks? I don't have time for that. If I'm buying something, it's gonna be like online. Like I have like a little bit of a wish list, but also like I'm just like really, really busy lately and I know that if I really, really want something, it's gonna be there by the time that I'm ready to buy it. I think these like hauls of us shopping like every 2 weeks are really not only are they not that I care that much about the environment, but not only are they impacting the environment, but they're impacting our wallets and they're also impacting our style. Like I'm so excited for the summer that I'm about to have because all the clothing I have I already own it and like I don't need to buy anything new because I'm excited to like come out with new outfit combinations and new vibes from the clothing that I already have. I just find that recently moving, I packed a lot of my winter clothing and previously my closet was just the full closet and I got really overwhelmed every time I would go in it because it was a walk-in closet. But it was a walk-in closet, so when I walked in, I was just like so overwhelmed by all the stuff. And I've rearranged my room to have like a bit of a smaller capsule wardrobe, and then I have more stuff in storage. It's really helped me to come up with like new outfit ideas, which I really really like. And yeah, I'm just like, I think buying better, buying slower, buying smarter. I think we have a lot of this, like, we love the convenience of going to Zara because it's cheap for the most part, shit quality though. Cheap for the most part, it's quick, easy access. But like, if we really took the time to research on secondhand sites, we don't want to wait the dreaded month that it takes to get something from Grails, but like, trust me, it's so worth it. I remember I bought $100 Prada blazer from like Ukraine, and it came in like a month and 2 weeks. It's annoying, but like, it's so satisfying to like wait for something that you found yourself. You kind of like curated the vibe, and you know that it fits really well with your wardrobe. And we don't really do that with like Zara or H&M or any other fast fashion. I'm not trying to completely dump on fast fashion, because I know for some people they either don't have the money or they don't have that mindset of spending $700 on shoes like we do. If you're watching this, you probably are into designer like I am. I'll look at a bag and it's 2,200 and I'll be like, oh, that's not that bad. But like, it is to mass, like over $2,000 is crazy. But like, you know what I mean? A lot of people don't have that like mindset of buying designer like we do, you know what I mean? And this is the last point of the aura farming that we're doing here. We are trying to upgrade your aura. So this is like literally the most important point. Drum roll. Better shoes. I don't care what you think, but in my opinion, shoes are the most important part of any single outfit. You could be wearing a Henley sweatpants, but then you have the nicest pair of like leather loafers. Boom, your outfit is already like 10 times so much better. I truly think shoes make or break the outfit. I know that I've left the house and I was like, oh my God, I look so good. But then I didn't really pick the right pair of shoes. And I was like, oh my God, like, I'm so distressed right now. Like, I fumbled my own bag by picking the wrong pair of shoes. This is what I tell myself, that like, shoes are the most important part of the outfit. And this is what I tell myself because I think I have like over 60 pairs. I think this is just what I tell myself to cope. But it really is true. Like, I'm not even talking about like designer shoes in general. Like, I love Adidas right now. I think they make some of the nicest pair of shoes that you can wear casually in a sporty way, but also really dress up. But there's also a lot of like online brands that sell fully leather shoes that are great quality that aren't for designer prices. For example, Prada loafers are quite pricey now. I think the last time I checked, they were like 1650 Canadian, which is absolutely asinine. Like, that is so expensive. But you can find really nice pair of leather shoes for like $500, $600. Yes, that's a lot of money, but wouldn't you want to like spend that kind of money on something that will last you for 2 or 3 years? I had this one friend, we're not really friends anymore, but she would always go to Aldo. I don't know if she's watching this. She's probably not watching this, but whatever. She would always go to Aldo, and then she would text me. She's like, "Oh my God, I just got these boots for $180." And I was like, "Oh, are they real leather?" She's like, "No, they're synthetic, but they're so nice." You just spent $180 on shoes that aren't even real leather when you could go to like a vintage store and buy real leather shoes for $70. I was just like, I don't, how do you guys shop like this? I don't get it. Like, you guys sometimes just confuse me a lot. And it's like, if it is, I'm sorry, I don't care. Rest in peace to the cows on the farm. But if a shoe is not leather, I'm not buying it. Like, if it's not genuine leather, I'm sorry, I'm not purchasing it. Like, you will catch me fly to the moon before I'm wearing like synthetic leather shoes. It's not happening. I'm sorry. Like, even Doc Martens are $200 and they're genuine leather. It's just like, I feel like people don't buy smart anymore, and it's just like, sometimes telling people, slow down. You don't need to buy the shoes from Aldo or Steve Madden or whatever BS other store those are. They're all fake leather, and it's just like, and they're expensive. Like, I feel like I've seen them Steve Madden, like the Dries Van Noten Steve Madden dupes that are like $200 and they're fake leather, when the real Dries Van Noten sneaker is 650. So why wouldn't I spend it more, $400 to like? Now I'm just going on a rant. Now I've just pissed myself off. Ugh, you guys, people just, I can't, honestly. My point is, invest in some really, really great footwear. Honestly, if you took maybe $2,000 or $3,000, if you have the privilege of having that money and reinvesting it into shoes, you could easily get 5 or 6 pairs, a pair of loafers, a nice pair of sandals, a nice pair of boots, and a nice pair of sneakers. All you really need is like 5 or 6 great pairs of shoes that will like go into your wardrobe and, fits with a lot of things. They're interchangeable and you can kind of pair it back to any kind of outfit. That's all you really need. So I don't know why we're still doing this Steve Madden thing where we're like going to buy $180 fake shoes when those $200 I could probably get vintage Prada shoes on Vestiaire for like $150, if we're being really honest. There is so much footwear. I feel like shoes is one of those categories that there is truly an abundance of. Think of the average person, they generally probably have 50 or 60 pairs of shoes. So if you just do the research and look on Vestiaire, and you know, if you're looking for a cowboy boot, I know eBay has like a really great selection of cowboy boots for some reason, like from like the Midwest of the States. Like I feel like I've Googled like cowboy boots and there's like so many literally for like $30, and they're all genuine leather. Let's take the time to do our research so that way we are not splurging on stupid shoes that will like literally, if I was cooking on a gas stove and like the shoes were near, then they would catch on fire. That's how flammable these fake shoes are. Okay, I don't know, I just think like if we all bought a little bit better, I feel like our styles would definitely like become better. But let me know if you guys want me to do a whole video on that. I feel like what are the best shopping habits to do? I feel like I don't know if I've already done that video or not, but I definitely would probably add that to my notes. Anyways, guys, let me know what you thought of this week's video. Let me know how you like to aura farm your vibe. Hopefully you guys got a lot of like help and advice from this video. I really like to do the kind of like helpful vibes. Keep them a little bit funny, keep them a little bit light and entertaining. So let me know what you think. And as always, you guys know where to catch me next week on this couch. Microphones turning on and off. That's why I'm always switching microphones halfway through the filming. I will see you guys obviously next week. Peace.